Hi, it's Nick Jervis from the More Clients Academy with Module 3, all about website design. And this one I want to get into the basics of website design. And along with this video module, there also comes a design brief for you to complete to send to your website designers so that you can obtain a fixed price for your website, which is important because it guides you through every step of your design process so that you can map out exactly what you need. And then you go to a designer for 2 or 3 designers, get the quotes you need, and then you'll get a fixed price. What normally happens is people go to a design company, they tell them roughly what they want, they give them a price, and then everything escalates. The company say, oh, well, you might need this, let's put that on there, let's do this. And before you know it, your budget has gone from a modest £1,000, £2,000 to £5,000, £10,000 or £20,000, and unless you are a massive brand, there's no way you should be spending more than probably 2, 3, maximum 5,000 on a website. You can get them for less. I would say between 1,000 and 2,000 is about where you want to be. So let's look at website design and let's dive into the detail. And let me start by talking about website designers. I've had a checkered past with them, mainly because they won't do as they are asked to do. If you think about their day-to-day job, they want to create a brand new visual masterpiece every day because that's exciting. Creating a similar website every day is a bit dull because they're designers, or some of them are. But the trouble is, from my extensive testing, from managing a spend of around £1.5 million a year, sending traffic to websites that converts, boring actually converts really well, and really pretty, jumping all over the place websites don't. These websites where you see one box of content on the left, then you have to dive to the right, then you dive to the left, then you go up, and then you go down, then you've got 3 columns, then you've got 5 columns, then you've got 1 column. If you think about your normal reading behaviors, reading a newspaper, magazine, you read 1 column at a time because that's all that the brain can cope with. So when you make someone jump all over your website, you're never going to get engagement from them. And as I'll show you in a minute, it's the words that sell, not the design. The design can support the words, but it's the design that absolutely sells. So you have to be very strong with your website designer. You have to make sure that they create the site that you want, not the one that they want, because if it doesn't create leads for you, they won't give you your money back. They won't care. Now, everything I'm sharing with you is based on my experience of having made websites make the telephone ring for a variety of service-based businesses since 2000. When I was working inside businesses, and then since 2003 full-time doing marketing. So it's based on hard facts. The website design brief I give you with this, make sure you strip out the logo, any reference to me in there, and put it forward as your own. You've prepared it, you want it done this way, and if they will not at the beginning do it the way you'd like it, they're not the right company for you, because many others won't. The second thing I wanted to say is, when it comes to content management, WordPress is all you need. But as I say in the design brief and go into it in more detail, you want WordPress with Classic Editor. You don't want something like Elementor or Divi Builder, which are basically content creation systems or design creation systems, for 2 reasons. One, they put a lot of junk code on the website, which you don't need, which slows it down. And as I'll show you later, speed is really important. And secondly, they just make it really hard to edit a page. If your page is set up properly with Classic Editor on WordPress, you can go in like a Word document, add words, change words, add links. As soon as you put Elementor or Divi Builder on there, to change 1 page of content, you probably have to go into 20 different boxes. Now, the difference in time is just massive. And so your time will be spent, or your assistant's time will be spent working on a website, which will take them much longer, and they'll get frustrated with it. I know, because I do it all the time when I see people with Divi Builder or Elementor. So you've got to be very clear and strong with your website designer. Do not tell them that you're being advised by some other marketing consultant, because I've found in the past they don't like that. But if you tell them it's the way you want it to be done, that's absolutely fine. They will do it. Mobiles and desktops, they're both important. I've got a wireframe for you for both, which is a layout, rough layout, so you can see how it's done, and I'll show you in practice with my own site how it's done, again based on testing. A lot of sites 50-50 mobile desktop traffic, so you cannot ignore either party. Google will tell you design for mobiles first, that's fine. But when I look at analytics, it's still 50-50 between mobile and desktop, so you have to please both of those audience, and I'll show you how to do that. And then, as I've said, it is always the case that words sell and the pictures support. It should not be that your site is full of images with hardly any copy, for two reasons. One, Google won't know what your site is about, so it won't send you any visitors. And two, the people that, if they do happen to stumble across your site, they won't be able to read enough content to work out that you really are an expert in your field. So the words always do that. And as you'll see in the content writing brief guide, you've got to have at least 400 words page. Ideally, some of my pages are 4,000 words. I would say the sweet spot anything now around 750 plus. And for those of you that worry, well, if I put all the words down, that someone won't need me. You're an expert, you're a specialist, they need you, they can't do it themselves, which is why they're looking for you. So words sell, pictures support. Let's have a look at the desktop wireframe first, then I'll show you the changes. So we start with the logo top left because you read the website in an F shape. Below that logo, ideally you have a strapline that says to someone exactly what it is you do. So if you look at mine, it's get clients coming to you right beneath my logo. On the right hand side, you'll have your telephone number, email, contact. As you'll see on mine, telephone, email, work with me, whatever or it might be for you. Your item of value, you'll see mine's there. On the left hand side, then we have the content. Number 3 is the menu. It goes across the top. Number 4 is the content. 5 is your item of value, or if you're a DNA Now business, it's your free inquiry button or form. 6 is then your why choose us and your reviews. And you can see it in practice on my site. So, I don't teach you to do anything that I'm not doing myself because I've tried and tested it and found what the best process is. So, you can always look back at mine and say, are you roughly following that? You'll see my logo, strapline, contact details, and menu. Then we go down to content, one nice, easy to read column of content. I'm not jumping across the page, not asking you to do anything. Then on the right hand side, I'm offering my item of value. I'm telling you why you should work with me, and then beneath that, there's just a stream of reviews. So it should be the same thing for you. And the only thing that changes is number 5 becomes an inquiry form. Make an inquiry, make a free inquiry. If you're a service business that has is marketing DNA Now, if you're a DNA Nurture business, it's a download. Moving to the mobile, all that happens is obviously we get squeezed in when we shift to a mobile view. The menu now pops up behind the 3 bars, either with or without the word menu. The email and contact details come in. And then all of that right hand column gets pushed to the bottom, and we just have one column of content in the middle, and that's how that works. And it happens automatically. You don't have to worry about it, but your designer does. So you have to tell him how you want it to look when they get to the mobile site and how you want it to look when it gets to the desktop site. And that's what the wireframe will allow you to do. I've come, as I said, words sell, picture support. My ugly mug is supporting the content there, not taking over from it. And the same on the desktop site. You're seeing the images of the book, but it's the content that is the key thing on that page, because I know from testing that's what makes the phone ring. And I covered in the guide, it must be a fast loading speed. Google page speed insights is what you want to type into Google page speed insights. And when your site's ready to go, that will give you a speed score. I'll come back to that and give you an example of that later. But it's so important that you have a fast loading website. I've had the worst speed I've seen is 3 out of 100 on a mobile, and you had to wait for it to load. And my sites I managed to get up to above 80, 90. So everything I share with you shows you how to do that, particularly with the tools that I talk about on the resources page and in this section, which will make your website go faster. Next, you've got enough with the precedent now to complete the logo website design brief to go off to a designer. And then next we can work on the content you're going to need on your site. But if you're building a new site, then you can do the content while that design's being prepared. If you've got an existing site, there's enough content already for you to go off way, get your new site designed and up and running, and then we can change the content once it's live. Never take down an existing website. Always put a new design site up with existing content. Don't try and do it all at once. It will take forever, again, based on experience. So if you have any questions about this module, please obviously just use the Q&A below, or if you're a private mentoring client, please just go and pop into your private mentoring space and give me some, let me know what you need. And obviously, if you want me to look at your new design, happy to do that. Just post a link in there and I will look through it for you. Nick Jervis, More Clients Academy. I shall see you soon.